Are you struggling with Angular and facing issues with the ngFor directive? You're not alone. Today we're diving into a common problem that many developers encounter when trying to set default values in their loops. I totally get it. It can be incredibly frustrating when your code throws errors, especially when you're just trying to set a default value. You're not the only one who has faced this challenge, and we're here to help. Here's the specific question we're addressing. One user asked, how can I set the first occurrence as default in my ngFor loop? They shared an error message that reads, type error, cannot read property to uppercase of undefined. Does this sound familiar? Let's break it down together. So what's going wrong here? The error indicates that the code is trying to access a property of an undefined variable. This often happens when the ngFor directive is not set up correctly, or when the data being iterated over is not properly defined. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip that can help you avoid similar issues in the future. To address the user's issue with the Angular template, we need to correct the syntax of the ngFor directive. The user should remove the hash symbol from the first variable declaration. Next, the user should ensure that the checked property is set correctly. Instead of using the first variable directly, we will use the first variable in a conditional expression. Now let's ensure that the user understands how to display the first item as checked by default. The user can achieve this by using the first variable in the ngFor loop. Finally, the user should test the changes in their application. They can do this by running the application and checking if the first button toggle is selected by default. Fun fact, did you know that Angular was developed by Google? It's a powerful framework, but even the best tools can have their quirks. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user points out that the last property in ngFor can be unreliable when displaying many database entries. They explain that if you add the last variable to your template, it will only show true for the actual last item, while other items may incorrectly show as last at times. Here's a quick tip. Always check your data before using it in your templates. This simple step can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to resolve the issue and set the first occurrence as default in your ngFor loop. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more Angular tips and tricks.